Because I sent an email. You know, you can send emails from your phone now. You can do that. I'm very technologically challenged. I thought that Bluetooth is what you get from chewing blackberries, but now this technology stuff is hardcore, you know. I mean, I'm just figuring out how this whole cell phone thing works. I have to have kids in the next 5 years. I have to, because otherwise how will I know how cell phones work a decade from now? You want to know? You ask your kids. Anyone go, you ask, they know about this stuff. Now, when I was still looking out, dating days, whatever, it was tough because with makeup nowadays, a 17-year-old girl can look 27. It gets confusing. And so I sorted it out. 6 Love. I used my cell phone. Walk up to her and go, how's it? Do you know how this thing works? If she says, yeah, so she's young. But if you walk up to her and you're like, how's it? Do you know how this thing works? And she's like, I haven't got a clue. How you doing? Check it out. It's foolproof. You check this thing. It's cool, eh? But I mean, I love South Africa. It's awesome. We're all representative from different places. It's really great. In South Africa, when we're happy, we dance. When we're sad, we dance. When we're working, we dance. When we're striking, we dance. I'm sure, you know, toy and everything. Now, one group of people who never, ever strikes. Dancing teachers and choreographers. They never strike. I would love to see it. I can see it now. And now on CNN, groundbreaking news. For the first time, the choreographers strike. We go to their spokesperson. That's it. Unless we get paid more, we are not working. Everybody, 5, 6, 7, and toy, and toy. One more time with feeling. I'd pay to see that. And the strike will be over. But, you know, and this stuff happens, you know. Another thing which is quite interesting to me is like the accents we use, you know, across South Africa, the different people, the way we speak. It's real interesting. For the Afrikaans folks, you know, when you speak in your home language, you speak in an economy of words. When you speak in a language that you learn academically, man, you make it flowery. So if a person walks into a garage or something to service their car and says, hello daar, ons die motorwerktuigkundige, ek wil verneem, want ek het my voertuig gebring vir 'n diens. He not Afrikaans, he learned that stuff. Afrikaans walks in and says, waar's die mechanic, daar's my car, ek soek 'n service. Economy of words. And then in Parliament, you know, the English oak says something like, I disagree. Now, the guy might not be English. He says, I would like to posit that, in fact, the point of departure is fundamentally parallel to mine on grassroots level. And would therefore like to unpack to establish the veracity of the claims. May not be English. And then there's the other accents. You know, things that I learned. I got invited to go to a whiskey appreciation evening. Would you believe it? They actually have that. They teach people to appreciate whiskey. I'm sure you know a few naturals. Anyway, they teach you things, and they taught us that one country where they drink more whiskey produced and consumed in the same country than anywhere else in the world is in Scotland. Ireland is close, but it's Scotland. That's where they drink the most whiskey per capita with consumption. And I thought to myself, Scottish people do not have an accent. They speak like we do. But the children grow up thinking you're supposed to talk like that, you know. I think it's normal. I think it's when you're sober too, you know. It's the whiskey, you know. I know stuff. I figure it out, you know. I mean, Mike was talking about Adam and Eve. I don't know if you guys know this. One day Adam was sleeping. He woke up. He felt her poking around. He's like, what's going on? She's like, checking if there's someone else. Even then, they had trouble. You know, you gotta have trust issues. I mean, and speaking of which, I mean, in relationships, you gotta have trust. One day, a guy is sitting there, he's reading the paper, you know, his wife comes up with a magazine rolled up, smacks him on the head, boom! He says, "Ow, what was that for?" She says, yeah, in your wallet, I found this. Mavis, 5553249. What is this? He says, it's the name of horse. Yes, I was at the horse races, and Mavis was the name of the horse, and it was the 55th race, and the odds were 32 to 49. It was horse racing. She says, yeah, okay, sorry I was so judgmental. Okay, I accept that. Fine. 2 weeks later, he's watching TV, she comes with a pan. Boom! I was like, yeah, what's that for? She says, your horse bone. And these things happen, there's all sorts of things that happen, like a guy who was preaching about the second coming, and he says, reading from Revelation, he says, behold, I cometh, slaps the pulpit, no one really reacts, he says, behold, I cometh, no one reacts, he thinks, no, more emphasis, he says, behold, I cometh, he says, the whole pulpit goes down, he falls over the top, ends up in the front row, on a lady's lap, he says, oh, excuse me, madam, 1,000 pardons. She says, Vaka, you warned me 3 times. And then there's the story of the young oak. The little boy goes to Sunday school. Firstly, when he gets back with an ice cream. His mother says, listen, where'd you get the ice cream? He says, I got it with the $10 you gave me. She says, I gave you the $10 before church. He says, I know, but when I got there, the pastor let me in free.